Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today, oh boy, today things are going to get a little bit spicy over here in the Create Above and Beyond Modpack. So we are back in our Create world, and of course, I have a book. Number 1, fix sandballs. That's the thing I need to do. You guys made sure to let me know that this is incredibly inefficient, and I completely agree. I could have done this a totally different way, and I think I was kind of blinded by the progression of making this ball of sand. And I think it was just looking towards the create thing and totally forgot that we do have access to thermal now, and I didn't even notice this recipe. So this recipe is 100%. However, we are going to be using power to do this, which adds even more complexity. And also we are going to need let's see, we're also going to need water, but we do remove the need to craft. We can just have sand go, so we don't actually need this mechanical crafter and all this fan stuff going on. All we got to do is just round power. So this shouldn't be too difficult, in all honesty, to get set up. So in order to get this working properly, I have my fluid encapsulator set up here, Aki's accumulator down here, flux duct going directly into that. And this should allow me, once I slap the upgrade on here, to configure all the sides and make sure everything is working properly. This should pull the water from the bottom. We also want to pull in sand here. And then on the back, we want to export. And that is where a funnel should hopefully come in handy. And it doesn't have to be... Yeah, it's not going to export directly. So an andesite funnel should work as soon as I find one. There we go. We have so many items. All right, will that work? That works. So yes, way more efficient. I 100% agree. And I think overall, this is definitely going to be producing the parts way faster, considering these are going to be flowing at a pretty significant rate as well. So luckily that was a pretty quick fix and not too much to really worry about. Like it was pretty quick. Now my overall goal, don't get me wrong. My overall goal for all of this stuff is not to be the best or most efficient. I think a lot of people are getting that confused. That is not my goal. My goal is to complete this and actually just get them done right so far. And then I want to go back and later on and see what I can do to maybe improve some setups that I might have messed up as I went along, and maybe make some improvements that make them more efficient and so on and so forth. So I will be working on things like that, and especially after this chapter. I believe after this chapter, we will have access to applied energistics. And so things are really going to start to change once we have applied energistics. So keep that in mind. I mean, at the moment, there are some weird things going on, but that happens. like these right here. I don't need these anymore. Like what? Yeah, I don't need that no more. But things like that, of course, like I'm going to be cleaning things up, making things look nicer as we go along. I just wanted to make sure to let you guys know. Let's move into our next setup, and it is going to be this bad boy right here. We're going to be doing some more compacting. Thankfully, no heat is required, but we do need fine sand to be transferred over. And we are already producing purified sand. So purified sand is the process of taking the ball and dumping it into here, and it bounces and ends up right here. But this process can't happen if there is currently sand built in here. So this is where we're going to need to get ourselves another pipe or another mechanical pump, and we're going to have to pump the fluid out of here with our fluid pipes, just like so. And that's going to have to be routed into some sort of the setup that we're about to move into. So we're going to be taking this and this material and combining them with that same method inside here to produce this compound. So this is going to be a fun step. And I think I have just about all the materials to make this, I believe. Aha. Yeah, the only thing I didn't have was going to be iron blocks. Like I just needed to craft up an iron block. Oh man. So there are some things that I craft a bunch of, but there are others that don't necessarily need to be crafted a whole bunch because they're super expensive. Like these, they do cost quite a bit. And then the basin, I believe I have more andesite. Nope, I just ran out. Oh, that's right, I just ran out because I crafted some more rods or shafts. But luckily I set this area up so that way I can just grab some when I need some. And there we go. So I'm going to store some of those in a bag because these are used in a regular crafting table. I'm glad I made my storage system over here. These are able to just be crafted like so. And bam, we have ourselves a basin. Pretty straightforward. So when it comes to setting this up, it's fairly straightforward considering all the stuff that I've learned so far. I'm just routing from our high speed area. Of course, this is a bit slower, I believe, on the other areas. Actually, no, it's all the same speed. But anyways, I was routing this over here, and we can always speed this up to match, you know, however much stress we actually have left. We can raise the RPMs, but I'm routing this up here to be able to hook into this, and I already have my pump running, so it's pulling the sand out. So long as we get this going, we should hopefully have an equal amount being able to distribute here. I just got to get this sent here. So to do that, and it does, I'm glad this actually doesn't matter which side or which direction this is spinning. Thankfully. Go ahead and hook that there, and gearbox, and bam, that should be ready to go if I use the proper gearbox. Make sure to pull that off. By the way, I'm trying to use this more. I know you guys hate with me not using the wrench. I'm trying to use it more. I promise. Okay, so now it's spinning. Let's go ahead and get our conveyor belts going because I'm trying to get this all into a centralized area. Let's hook up our conveyor belts here to here. This is kind of why I place these where they're at, so that way we can have them going in the proper direction. And now I just got to get the conveyor belt spinning. Now this conveyor belt should be able to spin in this direction. The only other way I can get this to spin the other direction would be I could take power from this gear and convert it, or I could use gearboxes to route this around, or I can move this pipe and move this up and then just have the have some sort of gear thing going behind here, which I think is going to be the better option. I think I should probably do that and just make the pipe go up one like that and then remove that. Yes, I think that's going to work. Let's see what we can't do with the gearboxes, because this one is pretty straightforward. This is going to send power into there, and that is going the right direction. But this, we need to convert the direction. So to do that, all it takes is one gearbox, but we're going to have two. So we need 3 in total. Correct, I believe, to get that spinning. Nope, we need 2. So 1 here, and then a gear that in the middle. And there we go. Now this is routing in the right direction. And then this will lead out into the next step. Whew, man, there's a lot going on here. So an andesite funnels should be able to work for this. So let's open up our bag, and I'll just use regular andesite funnels on here. If I click them properly. Now I make my fair share of mistakes, and of course I am going to totally this is my bad. So as much as I would love this setup to be the way it is and work, it's actually wrong. I actually need to have this, not coarse sand, but crystalline sand, which means I actually need to use an induction smelter to get the purified sand in this manner. So, luckily, I do have these sort of right next to each other. So all I have to do is get this to here and combine them and then route them here, and I think we'll be good. All I have to do is get the basically to get the induction smelter right here instead connected to this. Oh boy. The things that I oopsie on sometimes. This was a big one. There we go. All right, then that should throw there. Perfect. So now we have at least something to work with. On the induction smelter side of things, we need to say, pull from here, pull from here. Now the problem is what happens if, is it only going to allow that in? Oh, good. It's a little bit smarter than I thought it was. And then all we got to say is, hey, output back here to this belt when you're done. And with the andesite funnel. And then we're good. This just needs to be connected back up. I believe all I had to do was that. And there we go. Yes, it's working. Oh my goodness. I feel like such a goofball. Okay, so this needs to be on the other side. Yeah, I cannot believe I did that. Wait, this has to be... Okay. I can use a vertical for this and then a regular. Wow. My goodness. See, this is where, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect, and this shows. And there we go. We have the silicon compound. And for my next trick, I will be converting silicon compound into silicon with ice charges. So we're going to be combining these two together inside of an induction smelter. We're going to be taking something incredibly cold and something mild and compact and compounded, and we're going to be making ourselves silicon. Like silicon from like, or silicon, not silicon, silicon. Silicon's like glass. Silicon, yeah, Silicon Valley. I think that's how I always remember it because I always say it wrong. So yeah, we've got to get these moved over. So I'm thinking basically do the same sort of thing we have here. Induction smelter. So I can basically place an induction smelter here. And then I just need a way to route to the induction smelter from this. I want to try something fun maybe with this one. I might actually use something that, you know, I could probably put a conveyor belt here and just put the induction smelter right. You know what? Let me do some thinking. Wow, this is what happens when you give me the ability to think. So instead of using a conveyor belt here, I just put a depot down, and I didn't realize this actually dispenses to the depot, and then we can just pick it up. So that gives me basically the exact amount of direction that I need. Like, I wish I could make it one more compact. I guess I could by placing it here, the whole setup. That's probably going to be the better idea. So let's do this. So all I'm going to do is do this exact same setup, just like this. So I'll place this here. This is so crazy. Andesite here. Man, all the setups I could have been using this sort of thing for. That would make things so much nicer looking. And look, they're all lined up here. Now, the cool thing is I should be able to set up some way to drop items here and here and shoot them over to an induction smelter. So again, for my next trick, like I was saying, I'm going to go ahead and use those weighted ejectors. So I hold down shift, click here, and I'm going to place a weighted ejector there. Now I do need a way to power it. So all I have to do to power this is actually extend this belt, I believe. So extend the belt. That will give that enough to trigger that. And then for this weighted ejector, I can do the same thing, except I will just extend this shaft. Oh boy. And here's where the fun happens, because I have them set here. So on this, luckily I have my last modular. I'm going to have the power going underneath. And then I just need to configure all the sides to say, hey, input, which at the moment it's inputting on the face. I might actually turn the face, turn it this way. The face kind of makes it hard to extract from. Just kind of a pain with this machine, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and place the casing down. So yeah, if I turn this around, let me pick it up. There we go. Perfect. So we'll say, hey, input, input, and then the back will be our extract, just like that. Then of course the bottom will be the power. And all we got to do is put some funnels on here. And this bad boy should start working. Now I believe right click is out, so we need shift to go in, shift to go in, and then click to go out. It should fling. Look at the items getting flung in the air. Oh, this is good. Oh, I like this. And that means the items are going in here. And all I got to do now is just get power to this bad boy. And with that, thankfully, it actually even stops. So it ends up putting the items on. But like, I shouldn't be able to pick the items up. Yeah, once it reaches a stack, it should stop. And the only item is the item that's floating here. But after that, it should stop, hopefully. I don't know. We may have to figure that out. That'll be something we figure out later on. But yeah, it looks like this is working. Let's see. I should be able to put these in here. Kind of clear out my inventory. But we have ourselves silicon. The only thing we need to do to speed this up is put a resonant in here. And this thing is making some good stuff. Perfect. And I can do the same thing with this. Actually, no, I don't know. Can I it's not going to automatically output to a depot, is it? No, but it might if the block was next to it. Okay, no, but I can directly output to a drawer. Instead, I can just have this directly output. I forget that this stuff works. And there we go. It's just automatically outputting directly to a drawer. And there we go. We have silicon. And we have this awesome, funny contraption that actually works and launches them. Oh, that works so well. So currently I'm working on the next step. So because this is working here, we basically need to turn it into a circuit. I already have all of the actual scribes, which is perfect for this. So this is going to generate the printed silicon, which later on we'll need for a setup like this. But just to be able to complete this part, we should be mostly ready and should be able to at least get chapter 4 complete, I think. So we have this set up, and then now I need to set this. So I'm working with a different way of dividing these up that I've kind of learned through, you know, just through my processes here. So I have my belt lined up here, and then I believe I can put brass tunnels just like this. And I believe this will allow me to split them up. I believe I have to go through here, and let's see. What does this say? When multiple outputs available, split. I believe that's what, yeah, I want that to happen. So for example, let me go ahead and take these off. I want to make sure that this actually splits up if I was to, for example, throw 2 belts on here. One goes there and one goes through the other one. Perfect. So as you might be able to see, I have been kind of busy. So I ended up generating or creating myself a battery here. I say generating, but I ended up just kind of covering it. This is going to be a part of the floor. I still have these that I didn't move, but I did go ahead and make a bunch of machines while I was over here. It took quite a bit of time, and unfortunately, that's just not really worth showing. So I have basically just regular lava gens with a tank on top, and then the tank expanding to all the sides. And this should generate enough power with it being upgraded to be able to power these machines. We're going to talk about that here in a second. So over here, this, so long as I put the press on, is going to start generating those silicon. That is going to split through here. And then I also added this on the side because I'm also going to need some for our project over here. This is going to be generating a few things, and I even need a crucible probably on top of here for redstone, but we'll deal with that later. As of right now, I'm probably going to need to make an entire setup exclusively for generating that redstone, destabilized redstone, just like we had over here. But this right now should function. Let's go over what I got to do. I have to make this flash drive. So that means we have to have a setup for making these. And this is our entire assembly line for making processors. So we have the printed logic circuit, destabilized redstone that is being squirted down onto that. And then we also have a press. All of this goes onto a printed silicon or silicon. And right there we have our circuit. And to make the circuit, we can put it into a blast chiller, which is really nice. And with an inscriber. And then we use a magma crucible, which is pretty expensive on power, but will work to actually melt the stuff down. If we've done it through Tinkers, We need, for at least diamond, we need blazing blood, which is pretty expensive. So, all right. So now that we have that, we have gold, we have all this fun stuff. And as you can see, I have the 7 gold because as soon as we get that drive going, I want to go ahead and move forward with that drive. What else do I need? So at the moment, I guess just gold. I'm going to do 8 gold for right now. We'll request that. And this should be everything we need. I'm going to get at least 1. And I think that's all we need for the drive. Oh, and a piece of cobalt. Hopefully I have some residual cobalt. If not, well, it looks like I am going to the net. Actually, you know what? Can I take my kits? Because I know I have a cobalt kit here. Isn't this equal to 2 ingots? Can I smelt this back down and convert that into 2 ingots? Oh, I certainly hope so. That'll save me from needing to go. Yeah, that'll save me from needing to go back to the nether. And it looks like it's going to work. Okay. So yeah, basically I have everything set up. So once we get this and get it going. Oh, let's get our casts. That's applied energistics. So I have a logic press. There's that. I have the engineering press. Logic, engineering, and calculation. Oh, I thought I had the silicon press. It's fine if I don't, though, because I think this can be turned into scrap with Invar. Do I have some more Invar laying around? I've made a bunch of it. Let's craft 4 of those. And this actually is kind of cool. We can turn it into whatever we want. So because I have the extra logic, we get the scrap. And then all I need is to throw the scrap in here. And I can actually get the press that I need. So that actually works out quite nice. Hopefully these don't have durability. That would be kind of crazy. All right, let's check. And there we go. The cobalt ingot. That's all we need. Whew. So with this, let's take our gold because all we need is 1 gold. And we can set this to be like our logic. Let's set this one to be the logic press. So that's gold. And then engineering. One of these gets copper. It's been changed. We'll make this one engineering, which is diamond. And then calculation is going to be copper. So all we got to do is put the gold in here. That got melted up. And then it should chill, I believe. Or does it need more than 1? Oh boy. It needs 1 whole bucket worth. How much is that going to be? That'll be 1, 2. I mean, we had 8. So it's more than 8, right? So just to show you, I am a complete dork, even though I did go ahead and run that through. I think it's better to set this up. I was on the Discord and everybody was like, by the way, this would probably work better. And I totally missed this. Yeah, this will only cost 1 ingot. So if I put a gold in here and it goes up into the casting table, this will actually push the fluid into the casting table, and 1 ingot on this should only be like the right amount. So this right here, 1 ingot is 144 millibuckets, whereas this requires so much more. However, this might overall be faster, but it requires so much. Whereas this, yep, nope, this is the way to do it right here. We do have our logic circuit. Let's go ahead and get this turned on. All I got to do is give it this item. And then, look at that. We're producing them. We should also get some splitting off of here, hopefully. Yep, there we go. And then I can take this on our circuit. Perfect. Complete that. And we need to move to making this. So this is where we need to make that drive. And to make that drive, I need the processor. Oh boy. And by the way, this would normally be inside here and get pulled out. I need to go 1, 2, 3. I need to pull this out. If I can grab that. There we go. And these are going to insert into the top. they're going to insert into the top of the deployer. And then back here is going to be the printed silicon. And so that's going to land right there. And then I have some destabilized redstone that I had. Oh, I can't put it into this tank. Can't right click on it. Oh man, I'm gonna have to use a regular, I'm gonna have to use another system. I thought you could be able to like put it in the tank. But this I got from my setup over here. I just waited for it to generate and grabbed it. I gotta go make a tank. It's so weird that it won't let you put like the bucket directly in there. That's kind of strange. But there's our destabilized redstone, and this should pump into this. There it goes. And then all we need is 250 millibuckets worth in here. And so technically this would route out. Put that there. Gets pressed. And voila, we have ourselves a logic processor. And then all we have to do is combine a couple of items here. And we have ourselves a drive. We need a piece of iron. And just like that, I have a flash drive arming the deployer. And we're going to go immediately to the market. And I am buying this right away. An unbreakable one, so we don't have to worry about it ever again. We'll come over here. Place it into this. It's unbreakable. And then last but not least, we have to grab some of the material that is down here. Let's head over to this, and I'll grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for right now, because that's enough to make an entire set. Eventually we'll have these all routing to each other. That'll be like the ultimate goal. But all I got to do is put it into this chest. And there we go. It is producing the calculation mechanisms. And then all we have to do to complete this chapter here is to craft it with a Fluix casing, which is some blackstone and lead plate. And just like that, I now have myself the ME controller. I now have a few of them. Of course, we can sign this off and make ourselves some more. Here's another. Bam. And it gave us enough, by the way, to be able to make a couple more. And there we go. ME controllers are used to make several things. We can make formation cores and annihilation cores, an ME drive, matter condenser, and an ME chest. Oh, it's going to be so nice to be able to get into this. However, as you can see, some of these recipes do require certain things. So we are very soon going to be getting into a few things. And I've already made the processing setup for this. So really, all we need is basically the raw materials. And we have ourselves a setup right here for making and getting ourselves into applied energistics. I'm super stoked. With all of this done, of course, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And that is going to be huge thanks to Aleeks of Volk. Thank you so much for your amazing support over on the Discord, becoming a Discord premium member. You're an absolute boss. I really appreciate you. And of course, guys, if you're interested in becoming a Discord premium member, of course, you can go to discord.gg/ChosenArchitect. Or if you want to follow me elsewhere, I do live stream over at Twitch, and I would love for you guys to hang out with me over on Twitch. And don't forget, we do have a public vanilla SMP server. All you got to do to get on there is, of course, join the Discord. You don't have to be a premium member or nothing. Just be you. And that's, I would love to play with you. I hang out over there on the Discord all the time, hang out in the voice channels. Believe me, if you're over there at any, you will probably notice me over there. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Of course, I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. We're so close. We're like 9,000 subscribers away from 500,000 subscribers. That's a big number. Thank you. Just thank you, guys. If you haven't already checked and to make sure you're subscribed, all you got to do is just look down there at that little red button. If it's down there and it says subscribed, you know you're subscribed. If not, I recommend clicking it. It's absolutely free, and I would appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.